Hello, this is Aniche Smith, and today on Beyond the Runway, we have the beautiful Savannah. And let me tell you something, this is a real interview. We are keeping it real from everything, from the beef, from her having to fight, from the ballroom scene, and even her transitioning. So you don't want to go nowhere, because if you a real bitch, you will love this interview. This is Beyond the Runway. Hello and welcome to Beyond the Runway. I'm your host, Aniche Smith, and today we have my beautiful, good friend in the building, Mrs. Savannah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Savannah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just excited that you're here. You know, I just wanted to talk to you because you are a real bitch, and I just want to start off and say that.
I'm excited being here myself.
Yes, you look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, honey. How long is your weave?
I'm about 34, 38.
Yes, who does your hair?
My friend from the project's Imani.
Imani? Oh,
Yeah,
Imani.
And sometimes Milana. It depends. It depends on which one have an attitude that day.
I get it. Long time friendship.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. So anyway, tell me a little bit about your childhood and where you from.
My childhood, it was like real hard because I was trying to be gay, but at the time I was trying to be straight. I was raised up in Watts.
Okay.
Like the Watts in the projects.
Okay.
So it was like I was going from the riot, trying to be hood and do this and do that, but it was so hard for me because I was always picked at. Okay. But in order for me to like get my respect, I would have to fight these people and be dangerous, do dangerous things to get my respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, to get your respect, so the guys, mainly the thugs in the projects used to try to pick on you.
Yeah.
Because you was gay. Yeah. So you was fighting these people because
it wasn't no choice. I had to fight these people because it was like being in the projects, I was like hard. Like my daddy was like a big homie from the projects. It was like I was representing him. So me running around here switching with braids, drill teams, doing all this with different girls and different boys. It was like I had to fight. It was no way going by it not fighting.
So it was always in you.
It was always in me because I was there from birth to now. Like I'm still like me. Being this fish, I'm still trying to fight people and do this to get respect as me being fish now.
Oh, dang. So it's a never ending story.
No, it's never going to be an ending story.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. That's crazy, you know, because I remember I went to projects, which I was like, oh, I was scared. You like, bitch, ain't gonna do that thing, like, you know. So anyway, so you had to fight, you know, you had to earn your respect. So do you have your respect? Because you're still saying you have to fight. Do people still respect you, or do the majority respect you? And it's the certain people that really don't know, and they come around and try to do shit.
I feel that I have a lot of respect from people because it's like where I go like to different environments. So it's like I go to here, there, and it's different surroundings. So it's like they respect me, but it's like a lot of new people come out and they start to feel like stuff just because I don't come out or nothing. I still have a name for myself, but when they hear, it's like they have to hear about who I am and my name to get
right.
You know?
Right. So basically you was going through that or whatever, you know, and let's just fast forward a little bit. Okay. So you found the gay scene. You found the gay scene. I remember you used to come out. You had your long hair. You used to come out with Mercedes, and I forgot who else she was with.
I think I used to come out with Mercedes, and no, actually I used to come out with Cal.
Okay, yeah.
I used to come out with Cal and Terry and Mercedes and all that. That's when I like first started the ballroom scene. And I forgot the girl name over the House of Pendavis. Michelle or something. It was something.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You know, I used to see you a lot. You used to be low key, like, you know, quiet, very quiet. You know, I always say hi to you. You always say hi to me. I know we always like, okay, let's get together in Vogue and stuff. But I really didn't know nothing really about you fighting until you beat up one of my friends.
that was just,
You beat up
oh
one
my
of my friends.
God, that was just like.
We're not gonna name drop, but you beat up one of my friends, and they came to me to tell me to call you, but it was like, why am I gonna get myself involved? And I always had respect for you, So I know you was low key. That's the only thing I heard about. But then the rest of the crew started coming out, the rest, and everything started going down. And the thing about it is that a lot of people be like, oh, SunnyGirl, she fight a lot. Or Mo, she fight a lot. Da-da-da-da. Everybody, they fight a lot. They're from the projects. But honestly speaking, what I respected about y'all is that y'all are a unit. You mess with one, you mess with all of us. You get what I'm saying? It was no fakeness going on amongst y'all like everybody else. Y'all had y'all little own family, and I think what people couldn't take is that y'all was out, but y'all not gonna take no disrespect from nobody, whether they're a legend, an icon, whatever. Y'all was not them type of girls, and that's why I think I was so drawn to y'all. So I just want you to explain all the fights that you have got into, was it for no reason, or was it reasons behind it? Because a lot of people feel like y'all used to go around and pick on people, but I know the real, so I want you to clear that up.
Well, first of all, I do want to start with your friend. About the friend situation, I felt that was a whole lot. I was begged to fight that person. It was like a boyfriend situation, but everything didn't have nothing to do with the boyfriend situation. It had to do that I was getting called out, and I felt that I was getting punked. This person didn't know me from Adam from Eve, but you were saying I'm dirty, I'm this, I'm that, but I was nothing like that. So I had to meet with this person. I got on the bus. I got on a bus from LA to Cal State Northridge at 6 o'clock in the morning to fight this person. And then when they told you, it was why would I fight? Why would I fight you over this situation? I understand this is your friend, but your friend picked with me, so we came at an agreement we wasn't gonna have nothing going on. But then about my crew, I felt that I came out, and when I came out, I was with the House of Penzavis, and I felt that I was a leader. I always been a leader because when I was young, I was I was beating, I was misunderstanding, because I wanted to be gay. So I was on my own since I was 16. I graduated, I got a scholarship. I graduated with 3.8 at 16. I was
okay.
And it was my parents was proud, but they was still mad about me being gay. So therefore, I brought my crew. I don't necessarily think it was the crew. It was just that people that I grew up with. These are people that I grew up with in the projects and from here and there, from school. These is not people I just went out and looked for. These is people that I had a bond with. And we was this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna stick together. If you fight, I'm gonna fight. But since I've been out the longest, I'm gonna be the one that confront everybody if it's going to be a problem, or if it's, it's going to be that. But the fighting, it was I don't know, it was hard, but it was if I needed my respect, that's what I had to do.
Because that's how because you was growing up to do that, so that's all you knew. So it was like me, when I get mad, first thing I'm going to do is fight, but now that I'm older, I'm trying to calm that all down. So, okay, so y'all was out, okay, y'all kind of got into a lot of situations, and and I know this is old stuff, but I want to talk to you about this because this is stuff that people still wonder about. This is what people still think about. I know you got into it, you had a little thing, or Mo did. Y'all had a big fight with Divine and all of them at the mini ball. This is when I first moved back from New York. That was a really bad situation. What do you think started that beef?
That beef came because I guess we started our crew. It was called the Jamming Ass Bitches, the Gabbana Girls.
Okay, the Gabbana.
And it was a gang of us. But it was a gang of us. We was from the projects, but we stay fitted, we stay cute. And it was I guess Divine was some type of legendary person, but I really, really didn't care about that. And so they used to Divine. I guess when we start coming to the ball and then we start fighting and doing all that, Divine thought she could just attack us.
Being Divine.
Yeah, being Divine. She thought we was little punks, and we had we was from the House of Rodeo at this time, and it was she was into it with my friend, Mo, she threw a chair. Like the whole fighting situation started as like Jimmy Fish was voguing against Stacey Chanel, and then they was voguing on the stage at the little Mexican place, and then we was up there. Like we wasn't at the same house. We wasn't in the same house at the same time. Milano never was in the house with us, but they always thought she was in the house. But we was at the thing and they was voguing. But Jimmy, like when they was giving the votes, Jimmy Fisher won, and then we was like, shake your skirt to the girls, don't get the tea to the shirt. And then Savannah got on the mic and was like, y'all bitches need to stay off the stage. Or we like, bitch, what you say? Like, well, she like, what y'all say? And we like, well, so her whole family came over there, and we just start arguing. She hit Milano with a chair, and then we just started fighting, like, boom, 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 boom. So we swirled all over the place. We went outside. And I had to show her, let me tell you something, where you're from the hood, I'm from the hood. You might be older than me, but I still have experience as you. And tonight, I'm not leaving until y'all leave. If y'all want to fight, we're going to fight. I have enough people for you, you have enough people for me. So whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it right here.
Right, you always had a brave heart, but you know what, but what I do respect about you, after that situation lingered on, I know y'all was walking balls. And so I know as soon as y'all hit the runway, y'all get chopped. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna put myself through this no more. Like, whatever, like y'all just stop kind of participating, but y'all show up, do you think that you getting chopped, do you think it have a lot to do with Divine, or do you think it have a lot to do with politics, like as far as people that Divine know? Because, this industry is about who you know, like, you know what I'm saying? And do you think that kind of affected your ballroom career?
I think it had a lot to do with it. It was like me, Jimmy Fish, Kiki, Milano, we had talent. And every ball we came to, we had our effect, we vogued. And it's like, soon as we get to the back of the runway, it's like Divine is on the panel, Divine sister is on the panel, Divine homegirl is on the panel. It's like, I'm fit to still try it, but I know I'm gonna get chopped. And it's like, I got tired of getting chopped and my sister's getting chopped. It's like, what am I getting chopped for? This girl is not doing better than me. This girl is not doing better than me. It's like, she just chopping us. And it got to a point that I had to explain to her in Vegas, like, that y'all not gonna be doing this to us no more. And I left the ballroom scene. I left it. I quit it. It's like, it's something I wanted to do because I love voguing. But with her, I had to step back. But then for me to come back, I had to realize that who is her? Who is she? She's nobody. She's just like a human being, just like me.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that you got scarred, like as far as you like walking? Because I know like sometimes like nowadays you like, you'll be wanting to walk, but sometimes you be like, no, I'm not gonna do it because it's kind of like it's the same old, even though you don't have no beef with nobody. That was a long time ago, but it's like, do you feel like that kind of scarred you to get out there and really go in?
It scarred me a little bit, but I had to sit down and realize this is what I want to do and this is what I'm going to do. It took me a long time to get back in the house, and I feel that me getting in the house of Ebony would like pursue my career. It's not like a career, it's a hobby, but it's a fun thing,
it is a career, honestly speaking, as far as it being an extracurricular activity. At the end of the day, this is something that you're passionate about. I'm passionate about voguing, I'm passionate about commentating, so I'm going to give my 100%, I'm going to give my all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is a hobby, but still, at the end of the day, in those 4 hours, you are that person, or that 5 or 6 hours whenever the ball starts. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now you back into the ballroom scene. Mm-hmm. So you start to transition. I know you transitioned once, and you went back, and now you're back. So I want to know about that. Like, why did you transition the first time, and then you went back to a boy, and now you back Savannah? What's going on with that?
Okay, the transition of my situation the first time, I was in love with a boy. Mm-hmm. I was in love with a boy. This boy that I was in love with, it was like, we met when, it was crazy because we met when I was a gay boy. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I guess I was everything with him. I was this little mixed boy with a goatee that he was in love with. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, he left for like a year or two, and it was like, this is what I wanted to be all my life. This is what I wanted to be, but I never had the opportunity. I was never stable. I was always staying from place to place, here, there, and I couldn't do what I wanted to do because I was around people, children, and I didn't want to be disrespectful to their children. So I got with him, and it was like we was together, and then it was like, I didn't want nobody else. I wasn't in love with nobody else. It was like this boy had my heart, like from the core. It was like, okay, so we started fighting. It was like we started like
y'all start fighting. Like when you say fighting, was y'all like fist fighting?
Like I was in a domestic violence relationship, like heavy from scars, like my face, like different scars. I had to live with this, and me, I thought it was cute at first because I was just like, I was new as transition. I had my own apartment.
Yes.
I was trying to be a wife. I thought him hitting on me was cute and all that. But then it got to a point, it was like bad. So I'm like, why is he hitting me? Why is he doing this? Like, why our sex stopped? Like, it wasn't like together no more. And I'm like, why is he doing this? I'm like, maybe if I go back as a boy, but at the same time, the hormones had me mentally like ill. I was emotional. I cried. I cut on myself. I harmed myself. It was like, it was something. It was like two people was talking to me at once. Like whether I want to be a boy or where I want to be a girl. Where I want to be a girl or I want to be. I wanted to be both. But me having, it was like I thought I was playing with myself because I had titties, but then I felt like I was a trans being because I was taping my titties down just to be a boy again.
Wow. So. Oh, okay. But you was taping your titties down?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you became a boy,
when I went back to a boy, I cut my hair, but I still like when you taking hormones, you still have the core. So it's like I had the flesh, so I had to tape it down to give me that masculine look, so nobody would think I have titties.
Okay, so do you feel like you was living your like what you wanted to be? Did you feel like you was living a life just to please your boyfriend?
Not being fish, but being a gay boy. A gay boy is not what I wanted to be anymore.
So you was unhappy.
So
it was not a healthy relationship because you was unhappy. So when you're unhappy, you always gonna have an attitude. Or little things, y'all can get into it over little things like, oh, you dropped the water, we're getting into it, and it end up to a big old fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I like, I said to myself, we went on a little trip to Vegas, and it was some type of, like I tried to give him a kiss or something, and it was like it wasn't like he didn't want to give it to me. So I'm like on my way from Vegas. I'm like, fuck this. I'm tired of living for you. This is my plan. What I'm about to do. I'm about to grow my hair. I'm about to take this tape out of my titties because like putting that tape on your titties is giving me webs. Like all types of like, I'm about to take this stuff out of my titties. I went in my closet. I gave all my boy clothes to my friends. Like, you know, I'm very generous.
Yeah, I think you gave me some too.
I gave all my boy clothes away, and then I'm like, I prayed to God, and I'm like, I want to be a woman. This is what I want to be. This is what I'm gonna do, and this is where we're gonna start it. You go live your life. If you wanna deal with gay boy, that's what you're gonna do. But it's men out there that like what I am.
Yeah, you're beautiful. You're beautiful.
It's not all about that beautiful part. It's just like if you want to be a woman, they respect you, ugly, pretty, not. It's just like they respect you as just being you being yourself.
Okay. So you became back Savannah and stuff. So now you back into the ballroom scene. I know you kind of was doing a little decoration for the ballroom scene. You decorated the awards ball, by the way. She did an amazing job, even though they fought and they went crazy. But it was a lot. It was a whole lot with that. Me decorating the awards ball because I wasn't paid in full. I wasn't paid in full at all. I got half of my money, and then I was actually asked to do another event. I think that was the Legends?
The Legends Ball, and I told them I wasn't doing anything because Tutu didn't pay me my money. Our agreement was $250. What is $250? And I'm doing all this big venue. If you didn't have the money, you could have told me, explained to me, but you told me that here go 150, I'll give you the rest after the bar, and I believe that. Like, even though I know, why did they ask me to do this? Mm-hmm. And we didn't get along from Adam for Eve, and now you depending on me.
Well, see, let me tell you something about the ballroom scene. The ballroom scene is very, very fake. People is going to do what they have to do to get by. Me being a commentator for years, I'm sorry, no disrespect, but Reach LA pays me every single cent in a check. White woman tees, okay? Other people pay me too, but it's certain people that don't pay me, and I don't want to really name drop. But the thing about it is that you have to understand, if you're gonna do something, you have to get your money up front and have a contract. You get what I'm saying? I know you ended up doing the Legends Ball. You did an amazing job with that, So I was like, okay, maybe Savannah's gonna kind of do that for the ballroom scene. But honestly speaking, you kind of came back out. You walked in Vegas. I felt like they had a thing against the West Coast. That's how I felt, because they were sitting the West Coast girls packing like it was nothing, from voguing, from everything. And I just want to know, how do you feel about being back into the ballroom scene? How do you feel about honestly being back? You getting called out? How do you feel about it? Are you going to try to pursue it? Are you going to try to start traveling now, or what's going to go with that? Go on with that.
With the situation of the like you said, the contract with me doing a party, it was like I wasn't thinking that, because all these parties I was doing, I had honest people. Like this is how much I'm gonna charge. $250, that's nothing. A person to charge for a decoration $500, $600, $800. Like what I did was like worth. It wasn't even worth $250. It was worth more. And I do this for project girls, different girls all over town. And as soon as I say this is what I want, this is what you want, this is what I want, they'll give it to me, and this is how it went. But like when I did the Legends Ball, this is what I told Divine I want. She came from that we did our even exchange. But I told her I'm not going to go through what I went through with the awards ball, even though I could have went off. But let me tell you, I wasn't really tripping about the money, because I'm not money hungry. It felt that Tutu was money hungry for doing that. If you didn't have my, and then what really made me mad and pissed off, that she said her grandma, she was using her grandma was in the hospital, she can't give me my money, all this. But all the time you buying people's shoes and paying for this and paying for that and all this with my money that you still owe me.
Well, see, you know what? See, this is the thing about it. You have to understand that whole ball had a negative energy around it. The people that was a part of it, it was just too negative. Like, all that whole fight started. That was really, really crazy. But that's just enough of that. I just want to ask you about, how do you feel about being back into the scene now? Like, How do you feel? Are you going to travel, or what you going to do?
I've been wanting to travel. My luggage stay by the door, ready to pack, but it's like I don't know how to go by of traveling. I don't want to get on a plane by myself and I go way out here, and then it's no ball. I don't know nobody from here or there. It's like I need a loyal person that's going to hit it with me.
Well, see, that's why I'm kind of glad you became an Ebony, because one thing I can say about the West Coast Ebony is they travel. Point blank, sorry. Yeah. And they do. They get out there.
And for me to be the first time in Ebony when I came from the house, like, because I was like, I'm like, being back in the barroom, the only thing that made me come back is like y'all classes, the Reach LA class.
On Wednesdays, if you want to come, 5, 7.
It was like the motivation of the classes is like.
Thursdays, Mickey's, they love you there.
Yeah, see, Mickey's, if the ballroom scenes was like Mickey's, everything would be perfect.
Right, because it's nothing but love. Yeah. So now I know you got into a situation, and I just want to touch on this before we almost wrap this interview up. I know you and, Father Ricky Chanel, y'all got into an altercation. It became big. It went national. Like, it was all over the internet, because nowadays, back in the day when I started, 2004, I was VHS girl, Now they have internet shows, they have like the magazines, they have, what else? The radio talk shows, all that stuff. So now it's kind of like you becoming a celebrity in the underground world, because if you blink wrong, if you're popular, you're going to be everywhere. Yeah. So I know when y'all got into it, I know it was a long night of fighting. Ricky was fighting a lot of people. And I know that you and him fought, even though he fought the other person, they were stuck on y'all because you're Savannah, he's Ricky. I want to know, are y'all getting along to this day? Is that squash, or was it really squash? Do you feel like you was being fake? Do you feel like he was being fake? Like, what is that? Because people want to know, are y'all cool?
Okay, my situation is once I fight you, we would never be cool because it's like we were enemies. We had physical altercation with each other, and it's like Ricky. I always respect him. When I first came to the scene, Ricky was like actually my personal father, but then we fell back low. We fell back low because I was fighting a few of his friends. Then he became my goddaddy, and then it became that we was not actually enemies. It was like we wasn't seeing eye to eye each other. And then it's like this last fight was an altercation of me making some boy my son that everybody wanted to have in a scene. And it was like, this was my son and you disrespect him. Not that we're blood or nothing, don't not how long we was kin to each other. And nothing. It was like, this still my family member, and he approached. It was so funny how the whole situation happened because it was like he spoke to me in the club, and then when we was outside, he like what he say? He like don't be fighting pretty. I always like got that every time I go out. Don't fight. I'm like,
too pretty to fight.
Yeah, it's like don't fight.
Too cute to fight.
And then I was like, I'm like, can I ask you a question? Don't think you popping my son. And then he was like, who is your son? And I'm like, Jarrell. He was like, who is that? Jesse. And I'm like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to slap that bitch as soon as I leave the club. And I was like, no, you're not. If you do, I'm going to slap you. And then he was like, you might as well do what you need to do. And I popped her. And then I whooped her, like, boom, boom, boom. We fought in the club. Then we left out. And then her boyfriend popped me and all that situation. So we was going back and forth. Going back and forth.
I know.
Back and forth the whole night.
Yeah.
And he like meet me at the DMV. Like I want to fight. He like, oh, you faggot, you HIV positive, you this, you nothing, you ain't gonna never be nothing. You a boy, you ugly, you this and all that. And then I'm like, you so two-faced because you just gave me my roses in the club. So you already gave me my roses, so I'm not worried about what the fuck you saying. So what I did, I met at the DMV. The same night, when I got there, I called. I didn't even tell him I was coming. I went there. I know where you live. I know like 10 people in your house. I know exactly where you live. So if I wanted to come to your house, I come to your house. So we went to the DMV. We met up. We got there. He tried to stab me, spit on me, cut me. Like I'm supposed to be this gay boy and all this, but I'm out here now. But you trying to vandalize me.
But do you think? And I mean, this is coming from somebody that used to fight a lot too. Do you think violence is the answer? Do you think violence is the answer, or do you think like it can go other ways than fighting? Because and it's hard because when you're immune to that, when you fight and stuff, and you get into situations and you try to hold your temper, it's so hard. I don't know about you, but when I try to hold my temper, it's like the only thing I can do is cry, Do you think violence is the answer? Because I felt like that situation could have got really out of hand with the knives and all that stuff. I really, really thought it could. I mean, could have.
Violence is not like answer to anything. It just depends on how the person come at you. Like, for me, I feel that I came a long way.
Yeah,
like
you have.
Long time ago, people used to step on my feet. I used to fight. Now people look at me like I'm conceited and I'm shy because I don't fight and I don't say nothing to nobody. But it's like.
But it's a dangerous situation. Because you know why? Because people like I had a situation and they're like Aniche, you are doing so good. You changed. And I told them, I said, listen, I said, it would be a lot worse if I go off now because I have actually things to lose. And me holding all of that in and people nagging and picking at me, if I go off, I'm going to get you real good because I got all of this to lose, so I might as well go to the full throttle. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to tell you and Ricky, I know y'all kind of squashed it. Y'all had your little talk.
But the only thing, it wasn't really squashed at it was supposed to squash the only thing we squashed. It wasn't like I honestly squashed. The only thing we squashed it is I told him I would not fight your boyfriend if you don't mess with my son. That's the only way we squashed the situation. It wasn't like all this and that, like this and
So, but y'all able to just be around each other and there won't be no tea.
I would have been around with him if it was still some tea. I would like going out and like.
Yeah, because I mean, we all known each other for a long time. Because I just wanted to clear that up with people. So, because people think y'all still gonna fight, people gonna think that, and it's not true. So, for you messy girls, that's not true. You heard it.
Man, you knowing each other for a long time. I seen like you come up for like. You was one of my idols.
Yeah,
and
thank you so much.
It was like crazy because it was like I always wanted to kick it with y'all.
Yeah.
And it was like you, Toy, and Tinkerbell come over there, and I'll get y'all back together. We'll be like, girl, we'll be in the back, like, who gonna walk? Who gonna go first, girl? It was like, it was like so much fun. I missed that. I missed that fun so much.
We gotta step up as leaders in the new
generation. But they be trying you so much, and it hurts my feelings so much when I see them try you. It's like, why are you trying her? She on the mic giving y'all a show, and y'all trying them.
But you know what? That come with the job. But they can try me all they want to because I have this show. I have my mixtape coming out. I have a beautiful place. My choreography. I'm hopefully gonna work with an artist soon. I have a lot going on, so I just let them talk because they keep me relevant. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this because we almost have to wrap it up. Okay. Ebony Lane. Ebony Lane is your mother, right?
Yeah.
Ebony Lane is your mentor?
Yeah.
Is she helping you with your transition?
She's helping me a lot. I think that I found me a new best friend from her. Like, a lot of people throw her shade.
She's
but Ebony Lane, I talk to her 8 in the morning, 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the morning. It's like, that's my news bitch. She's showing me the way. It's like I don't have a hater. Like I asked her, what do I need to put in my face? Nothing. Don't put in your face. What I need to do to just leave it, let the hormone work. I met her through I wanted to have a party. And I'm like, how can I have a party? I want to have a party, like free drink, free weed, all that. And it was like her. And we got together and then we had this party. And the party that we had, it was so live. We kept on continuing. We kept on continuing having mini balls and party. And it was she was my mother as a gay boy. And then I left her and I felt sorry that I left her. But then me as being Fish, I needed some help. I needed a lot of help. And for her to be 60 years old, I said I could get a lot of help from her. Divine tried to give me help. But it's I don't really want help from nobody that got a bad reputation for them.
I get what you're saying. Ebony Lane is a really, really, really foul person and stuff. And Ebony Lane has done a lot for this scene. And she's going to come on the show, so I'm going to interview her about that. But I just wanted everybody to see the result. All her daughters, y'all all be sitting, y'all always have it together and stuff. But we have to wrap up this interview. But I want you to come back on my show. We're going to finish talking. And I just want to thank you for coming on my show, Savannah, so much. I just wanted to talk to you about your story so people can get a better understanding because you're misunderstood. Yeah, and remember, she don't always be out there fighting. She actually is a good person. Sometimes you got to fight sometimes to get your respect. And I mean, for all you people that think she's mean or think she'd be out there fighting for no reason, it was never none of that. At the end of the day, sometimes you're done when you're young like I was. You got to grow up, and she's grown up. Look at her now. But anyways, I want to just thank you for coming on my show, and we're going to have another talk. I want you to come back on, okay? You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. I love you so much.
I love you more.
And thank you for being a friend.
Okay.
Mwah. All right? I'm Aniche Smith, and remember, everything goes beyond the runway. Till next time.